Welcome to the Inari Shrine, human. I apologize if I have scared you. I would be lying if I told you that I was not curious to see how you would react to being frightened. Fortunately for me, and unfortunately for you, there is not much that happens here that I do not know about. Have you come to offer tribute to the gods? I see. I can smell your tribute from here. I must say that your abarouge is mundane compared to others I've smelled. Perhaps it will taste better than it smells. Now tell me, what village do you hail from? Ah, you are not the first from your village to come and ask for protection. It appears as if those troublesome Kitsune have been causing all sorts of havoc for your people. Show myself. You demand it. You humans are ever so curious. Despite your demands, I'm quite alright where I am. Revealing myself to you would be moot, for I have not decided whether or not I plan to help you with your little problem, or show you something to really be afraid of. My mind is a capricious thing. What am I? I am what your people call Kitsune. Messenger for the gods, trickster on occasion, guardian to some, and friend to very little. You laugh as if you do not believe me, human. Although your scent and heartbeat give you away. No amount of deception can hide how your body reacts. It is not a particularly warm night, human, yet you are sweating. Probably a cold sweat, and even as I speak, your heart races ever faster, like a bird trapped in a cage. It is best not to try to trick a trickster, little bird. We know the ins and outs quite well. Me? Try and scare you more? I would not do that, little bird. I wish only to understand your kind a little better. Here you are, asking me for a favor, and yet you insult me by not allowing a few questions. I do not think this is what someone would call a deal, now do you? Can't you scratch my back, and I scratch yours? It seems you want something for free, with no debt whatsoever. Ooh, temper, temper, little bird. No need to fling insults due to frustrations. I can see now how human longevity can cause one to become restless. I am a very patient man. You could say I have all the time in the world. So angry and fearful at the same time. You are a complicated species. I suppose I could be persuaded to help you, little bird. Come closer and snuff out your lantern. I admit it wreaks havoc on my night vision. I cannot even see your face. Of all the shrines you would come to this one. Fate, you are a cruel mistress. I said nothing, little bird. Tell me your name as it is now. I wish to hear it. Yes. Right. Right. You will get your protection. Now tell me your name. It does not befit you. Before we go all strictly business, I wish to do a test of sorts. Try not to move, little bird. You know what they say about prey and predator, don't you? No? If you run, we cannot help ourselves but to chase. Do you find me hideous, little bird? Would a more human form be more to your liking? It would only be just an illusion to trick your mind into believing that was whom I was. There is no spark of remembrance on your face. I suppose that would be too much to ask of the gods. For you, as you are now, yes, this is the first time we have met. However, my dear sweet little bird, I've known you. I've seen you in my dreams, more nights than I wish to admit, heard your voice calling to me, and woken to find you gone. Too many years have passed since I've been able to look upon your face, and I confess that perhaps my time alone has driven me insane. And yet, here you are, close enough to touch, but I dare not should this be a dream. You are confused, as am I. You died, little bird, and yet here you stand, albeit cruelly as mortal as they come, reincarnated into this weak vessel that cannot stand up against the sands of time. And now you withdraw from me because I am yokai, when before you would embrace me as a lover would. My heart aches now because you do not remember me. I've waited for hundreds of years to look upon your face again, but you've been reincarnated into this. I am certain that it is you. I've never forgotten your face, or that look you have in your eye. And yes, I can clearly see that you are not the same. But that does not change the way that I feel. One cannot simply turn these feelings off. And I assure you that you are who I say you are. Reincarnation is a funny thing, little bird. It is not simply rebirth. No. Rebirth is taking upon another form, but having the same soul. What you are, you have not changed. The same hair, the same eyes, and the same lips. The only difference is that you are no longer Kitsune. Now you wish to know, little bird? Do you believe me? Or are you just humoring me so that I will hold up my end of the bargain? Very well. I will oblige. You came upon my god's territory, acting as though you owned every last inch of it. You would not know this, little bird, but our kind are quite territorial. It is only in our nature. I had just claimed more territory for the Inari Shrine from another. I was not about to lose it as quickly as I had gained it. And you were sly, and would hunt where I could not find you. It became a game after a while, and I found myself growing ever more fond of you. It took many years to finally have you fall for me, and we wed. Does this surprise you, little bird? Do you humans not get married when you are in love? Love is not fleeting to us. We tend to mate for life. It is not a short life either. I was prepared to spend the rest of my immortal life with you until you became this. Fate is a funny thing. How did you die? I feel disinclined to share that aspect of our past with you. Be that as it may, you don't appear to believe what I'm saying to you anyway. Perhaps I am insane, and you are a figment of my imagination. Either way, I suppose I could be persuaded to answer you. What would I require? Grant me a very simple request, and I will tell you the whole story. Your heart beats faster again, little bird. Do not fret. I wish only to make sure you are real. Allow me to touch you, if only for a moment. What am I playing at? Nothing at all. I do not mean to give you such indecent thoughts, little bird. I know that you aren't quite the woman I loved those many years ago. I intend to only hold you. Please, come closer then. I do not wish to do anything against your will. My arms are open to you. I've wished for a moment much like this one for longer than I care to admit. I do not remember the last time I had physical contact in this manner. The scent is off, not as I remember it, but the rest. I do not wish you harm. Please, give me a minute to regain my composure. When I have, I will let you go. There you go, little bird. Be free. Now, allow me to regale you with your past. We had taken the time to go for a hunt. Do you remember the stories that are told of my kind? The pearl that we carry in our mouths when we are not in human form? We call it Hoshi no Tama, or simply Starball, and it carries our souls. We had found the scent of prey nearby, so we out separate ways. You were to come from the back of the beast, and I the front. I waited for your signal, but it didn't come. When I came to search for you, I was unable to find you. I tracked your scent, and the scent of a human, back to their camp. It belonged to a trapper who caught you. When he was not looking, I freed you from the trap, and we left. What I did not realize was, he held your Hoshi no Tama in his hands. Do you know what happens to Kitsune who do not regain their Hoshi no Tama? You are correct. They die. In the most excruciating way. Most humans use it to ask something from us. But I do not think he knew what he had. I think he would have used it for his advantage had he known. You were stubborn and refused to tell me what had happened. You set out to find it yourself, and it was too late by that time. I figured out what was happening. I watched you waste away before my eyes, little bird. I had thought it to be a sickness of sorts, but you told me everything was fine. I'd never seen one of my kind lose their spirit ball before. I wish to never see it again. It was as if what made you, disappeared. It was the last week we spent together that you told me what had happened. Stubborn woman. I couldn't even leave your side to go look for it, in fear that you would be gone when I returned. After you were gone, I spent months tracking down the human who had done this to you. The scent was gone by then, but I managed to find him. I made sure he paid the price for what he did. He told me what he did with your star ball. He sold it, thinking that it would give him riches, and he didn't even get a good price. Of course I killed him. There was no way I was going to allow that human to survive after what he did to you. I may be a guardian sometimes, but you should never, ever cross a fox. Are you afraid, little bird? You are not, strangely. Pray tell why that is. Do you not believe me capable of such things? Or are you naive enough to think that I feel for you what I once did? You are human now. Not my lovely vixen anymore. What are you doing? No. I do not need or want your comfort. If you were the same, I would greet you with open arms. But you're not the woman I loved. You do not remember who I am, or who you are. You are but an avatar of what you once were. I grow weary of talking to you. You are but a pretty walking corpse. You will have your protection as I have promised. Do not come here again. I fear what my anger may do to you should you come back. Be gone with you, and I will make sure that the Kitsune will leave your people alone, if I have to destroy them myself. You will leave under what condition? Could I not remove you forcibly? Kicking and screaming into the night? Do not test me, little bird. I admit all this talk has put me in quite the sour mood. You do not wish to know what Kitsune do when they are in a mood. My name? What good would that do if you're never going to see me again? Fine. I'm called Ray. Now leave, before I lose my temper even more and decide to leave you to your own devices. Perhaps it would be the Kitsune who slay you this time. You may not be my vixen, but I have remembered now why I had loved you. No matter how stubborn you were, I found your unwillingness to let go charming. If I do not see you again, then my heart does not have a chance to ache. I do not have to remember the hole you left when you were gone, or the years I spent searching for you. God damn it. Yokai and humans should not mate. Not that it's unheard of, but it's the principle of the thing. The lifespans are completely different. Before I even reach another 100 years, she would be dead. Dead. No. I will not allow the fates to drag you away from me again. You are mine, and gods be damned that I will stand by again and watch you fade as you did before. You may not remember who I am, or what we had before, but I will not pass up this opportunity to know. To know you, if only for a while. And I will find you again after you pass. I will make you fall in love with me again and again. I'll recount every one of our lives together, until you believe me once more. My destiny is my own, and I will not allow it to walk away from me. Not again. I'll keep a watchful eye on you, and your house. When I've dispatched your problem, I will see you again. After all, Kitsune is made for life. Thank you all so very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.